Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another. My name is Jade Alberts, the founder of Pure Guidance. We are live, and I want to stress that if you have any questions for myself or Preston, our guest today, please, put them in the comment section. We'll get to them. If you're watching this after the fact on a social media channel, slap your questions in there. We will answer them. I want to thank Joanne and her team at Sexy AF Spirits, and AF isn't what you think. It's alcohol-free. For their sponsorship. They are 100% premium, alcohol-free, plant-based, low-cal, sugar-free, botanically infused spirits, perfect for mixing. Visit their website, sexyafspirits.com, and it will be in the comment section shortly. I am excited to introduce my guest today, Preston Stevenson, the founder of Simply Delivery. Preston, how are you today?
Hey, Jade, thanks so much for having me today. I'm doing awesome. How about yourself?
Well, you know what? It's a beautiful Wednesday, and I'm ready to talk deliveries. How about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I'm always ready to talk delivery.
I can imagine, and the one thing that I want to tell people here is that I've gotten to know you over the last 6 months quite well, and you live your life out of a hotel with your daughter, and the amount of work and effort that you put into Simply Delivery to help it grow, scale, and however it goes from there is impressive. So you inspire myself every day, and the dedication that you have to the company is just unbelievable.
Yeah, thanks so much. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's definitely a lot of work. Like you said, me and Hannah are living out of hotels. We're kind of all over the place throughout our expansion here. Just one day at a time, right? It's kind of been the easiest strategy.
Yeah, one day at a time is exactly right. And again, for anybody that wants to find out some information right away, just click on the simply.delivery comment section in the comment section, and we'll get after it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a brief introduction, and we're going to start sharing Preston's story here. So he's passionate about helping and providing business with innovative solutions customized to their requirements. He works for his drivers and his customers. With them and his drivers, he wouldn't have anything without them. His 21 years of industry experience has provided him with the knowledge and skills to excel in every position. He's a big picture thinker and always thinks ahead and loves learning new things and networking. When he's not working, he's a connoisseur of gourmet foods as well as loves to golf. His true full-time job is being a dad to their beautiful 8-year-old daughter, Hannah, who keeps pushing him every day. And I just love that introduction. It's simple. Like as I said, as I've gotten to know you, it's you bang on. I've seen that. But, back in the early days, you said you have 21 years experience. How did that experience evolve into you, starting Simply Delivery?
I'm going to say it just kind of happened. Like, I've been in delivery most of my life. I've been in dispatch. I've been in transportation. From slinging envelopes to delivering pizzas to dispatching for limos and taxis. I did all of it in my early years. I enjoyed the transportation industry, and I really just like the fast-paced environment. I think it just kind of was meant to be. It just kind of, it's almost like people find me throughout their life. They need something, and it just happened, Yeah. We just got busier and busier. People just kept calling and calling, right?
Oh, no, for sure. So, I hear that story a lot where people say, oh, it just happened, or I solved a problem, or things along those lines. But how did like all that of dispatching and driving and delivering, make you decide to say, hey, I can do this as a company. I can make this my life and do it better than everybody else?
I think it was just learning about everything, and then not necessarily doing it myself, but teaching people, growing that team. And when I hit my own capacity, it was like I need to find people to do things also, right? Yeah. So it's just teaching people what you've learned over the years, and providing your customers with great help, right? So that's kind of how it went, I guess.
So when you first, kind of, there we go. I'm going to start my own, have my own delivery company. I'm going to do this. How did that process work?
Well, it was kind of around the time when Skip the Dishes had just come out to Lethbridge. They had already been in the market for quite a while, but they were new to the Lethbridge market. We were in restaurant delivery, and then Skip the Dishes came to town, and there was a big freight. So that's when we had to start kind of transitioning, right?
Yeah.
That's when we started really learning about our customers a lot more, learning about, marketplaces, online ordering, just kind of what these big corporations were offering. We watched the industry just shift crazy. And that's obviously when we had to start integrating and innovating and developing everything and learning what our customers need.
That's a point actually I probably should have brought up a little earlier, even though we just started the interview. You actually did start in Lethbridge. So do you think it was beneficial to kind of start in a community that you grew up in? You were able to kind of get, just being a little smaller area that you can kind of learn the tricks of the trade better?
Yeah, it was, Lethbridge is a great size of a town to definitely learn the industry, get that data. We tried a lot of things over the years, a lot of things that didn't work, a lot of things that did work. And I think really the biggest thing is every customer is unique. That's what it really comes down to, is every customer might be a customer, but how are we going to make you a customer? What's going to be the best way to utilize our system for you, the customer?
Well, let's talk about that. I mean, I had a different train of thought coming into this, but I kind of like that. I mean, not everybody has big competition, lots of competition out there. So what made you, you said you decided to focus on the customer. So what did you find that the customer wanted and that you really needed to focus on?
So over time, we found out that, customers want local customized service. They obviously want, service that's going to be consistent. Consistent is a big thing. People don't mind paying a little more for good service as well. I think that's kind of one of the things we've learned is, Skip has really gathered a lot off of restaurants and the local community. And when it comes to our system, people like supporting us because, we're not taking high commissions from restaurants. We do multiple stops. We pay on your behalf. You can pay us at the door. There's nowhere we won't go, even if it's not on our marketplace. You can give us a call. We're going to customize something for you. So
I guess with that kind of involves with the evolution of your company right now. It's very customer focused. It's very driver friendly. You share more of the money with your drivers to make them happy. You've had some unbelievable loyalty when it comes to drivers. And that multiple stop that you evolved from just food into a marketplace that does, like you said, multiple stops. Share us, please tell us how that works.
Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about multiple stops, which is really, really popular. So somebody might give our call center a call, or they might go onto our app and hit our custom order form. And from there, it might be something as simple as they need a 6-pack of beer, a pack of cigarettes, and they want you to stop at Wendy's. So our driver can, go buy all 3 things, come to you, and you can pay us at the door plus the delivery fee. There's no obligation to search the menus online, have to order from 3 different places, have 3 different delivery coming. So it's just unified all into one. And we can even do that all through tech, the multiple stops online too. So
you have your call center, you have your website, and you have your app. Are they all can make multiple stops, or all set up, ready to go?
Yeah. So honestly, we've been integrating a lot. So things are a little bit all over the place right now. Currently with our app and our website, you can go on our app, our website, and you can order a custom order form, and you can do that anywhere for Lethbridge, Calgary. You can go on our marketplace. Right now, our marketplace, we can open up in any market we want, provided we have the drivers and the team and the restaurants. There's nothing, say, for us opening up in Edmonton tomorrow morning. So, you know, by the end of the year, we do plan on being in Edmonton. But in the big picture of things, you know, with the right team, we're ready to go, you know.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I'm talking with Preston Stevenson, the founder of Simply Delivery. Simply.delivery is their website. You can click on it in the comment section and it will take you right there. It's a great website. Let's talk about this tech system that, you know, you have a proprietary tech system that rivals, whether it be, you know, your competition, Uber, DoorDash, Skip. How did you create this, and how has this benefited your business?
So a lot of our system, when it comes to tech, it's going to be back end. It's going to be for our vendors. It's going to be for our users. It's not necessarily anything you're going to see while you're ordering. It's the way we get those orders out to our customers and our customers' customers. So we do a lot of different things as far as prioritizing. We understand that, you know, everybody doesn't need a delivery immediately. So we do have same day options. We do have next day options. We do have batch pricing. So batch pricing might come into play for somebody, a restaurant or a vendor that might be sending out lots of deliveries in a day. So we can offer you a nice fair price for that entire batch. And we can do that all through automation as well. We can give your customers itineraries. We can let them know what time of day their delivery's coming. Everything is very, very interactive. And some of our more picky customers really, really love these features.
What? You mean there's picky customers out there?
They are out there. You know, being in a very high demanding customer service industry, you can't expect them not to be picky, right? They're ordering something, they're treating themselves, and you know they should have high picky expectations. So we want to fulfill those expectations.
No, absolutely, and as you should, right? I mean, that's what's going to keep them coming back. So I guess speaking of your clients and what you deliver, you talked about delivering, you know, going to convenience stores, going to liquor stores. Obviously, food is one of them. Are there any other categories that you do a lot of deliveries in?
All right, I'll just start right from the top here, and I'll just kind of start rambling off some of the things we deliver. But liquor is very popular. Cigarettes, popular. Vape juice, hugely popular now. We get the convenience store runs. You know, we get the grocery shops. We go to Best Buy. We buy electronics for people. Pretty much any box store, people call us up. They send us pictures. You know, we want you to go get this. It's on sale. We'll get you flyer prices. We get people that want us to go to the sex shops. You know, like absolutely anywhere.
You know, that's interesting. I mean, I don't think anybody else can go and say, hey, here's a picture of this at Home Depot. Please go get it for me. I mean, that's simply amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a service that a lot of people don't know about. And that still is kind of one of the things that we kind of find hard to communicate to our customers. Yeah. People call us and they go, how do we do this? Like, we want something, but how do we do it? You know, they don't know. They think they might have to call the store, you know, pay for it, get it put on hold, and waste all the time. But they don't necessarily need to do that. They can just shoot us an email. They can call us, get us the picture, and we'll just go do it for you. We'll pay on your behalf and pay us back at the door.
So I guess I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there. Does anybody, when you deliver it, you know, I don't know, I guess we'll be saying, there's certain words I can use here, but I don't want to use, but do they just not pay you or say, oh, I don't want to pay that, or you're too slow and I don't want to, you know, you should take some money off this for me? Do you get people like that?
Honestly, in the 5 years now, it's, we've maybe had to take things back a couple times. And usually that's only because they don't have enough money in their bank account, or maybe they were ordering something when they shouldn't have. Usually something like this might happen later in the evening at nighttime. When COVID, the pandemic hit, we've seen a little bit more of that just because of the inflation of everything. There was people using delivery that never used delivery before. It was just pretty chaotic. But in general, it rarely happens. It rarely happens. I have no problems, paying for somebody's stuff, and I'm confident that we're almost always going to get our money back. And if not, we return it,
Yeah, yeah. So when you're going out there, a person, can obviously download it on the app, pay for it ahead of time on their Visa. Well, what do people use the most?
Honestly, people still like debit at the door. We obviously get a lot of people that pay online, but people really like that debit at the door option, I find. I still find that is very popular. I don't know exactly the reason behind it. It could be, people don't want to put their credit cards in online. Maybe they just want to tap their card. There's a lot of different reasons. Maybe they don't want to tip for the service until they see what the service is, There could be a lot of variables. But debit at the door is, it's very popular with us. That could also be because, none of the big players do offer debit at the door. So people searching for a debit at the door solution will, naturally find us.
No, again, I think that's great, right? A lot of people are uncomfortable putting their out there. And I do agree with you. As soon as you said that, I never thought about it. But yeah, if I ever do have to order from, we try and pick up as much as we can to kind of help the restaurants out. But if I ever do have to order, they're asking for the tip ahead of time. I was like, well, that's kind of odd.
Yeah, that definitely changed the industry a lot. That made it hard with guys like Skip and Uber. They bottomed out the market for guys like us. It made it definitely a lot harder. With these really cheap delivery fees that, technically they're only cheap because they're gouging the restaurants. And to top it off, the restaurants are, they're putting their items up 10 to 25%, and the consumer doesn't even realize they're paying that much more per item. All they see is that low little dollar delivery, and they think, they're getting the whole world, right?
Yeah.
But in the end, it's everybody's losing because of that. And that's kind of one of the things, we really want fair marketing on our marketplace. We don't want you, a vendor, raising your prices. We want you to have it the same prices in your store. That's fair and honest. We don't agree with, these big guys and gouging and inflating things. That's dirty marketing to me.
No, I agree. I agree, right? And I think they get a lot of bad publicity because of that, and I think it's well deserved, and that's for sure. So I guess again, I'm talking with Preston Stevenson, the founder of Simply Delivery. You can click on their website, www.simply.delivery. They can download their app at the App Store or Google Play Store. So you are currently and are expanding into Calgary, moving out, and you do some business in Edmonton. So what challenges have you faced, and how are you overcoming them, and how's the expansion going?
So expansion, obviously it's not easy. We're coming from a city of 100,000. People suggested, why don't I go to Red Deer, Medicine Hat, or some of these smaller towns first? I don't know. I chose to bite off the big bullet and go right to Calgary. 1 million people, it's kind of like 10 little Lethbridges. So let's see some of the problems. Size. That definitely makes it tough. It's not a problem. We just have to hire extra people. Growing at the beginning isn't easy. Our part-time casual driver is our ideal candidate. Maybe a guy already on the road doing other things as we grow. It's covering those busy rushes. Having the capacity. That's the challenge. Nonetheless, we're still 99% on time, so it couldn't have been too challenging. As we have kind of nailed that, and our delivery windows are spot on.
Nice. So is there anything different when it comes, I mean, other than size, when it comes to, like, I can imagine, right? I mean, right now during COVID, maybe the streets aren't as busy, but as things start to ramp up, are you just going to have to give more time, things like that, because there's more traffic congestion? It seems like Calgary is always under construction for roads.
Yeah, it's definitely construction season right now. I'll tell you that. Like, we were really spoiled during the pandemic. It was like no cars on the road, you know, flashing lights. Like, it was a delivery driver's dream. But yeah, now things they're back to that. It's back-to-back traffic. It's high demands during peak hours. You know, there's a lot of things to take into account. And, you know, we solve this just by the tech part of it, right?
Yeah.
That's what the automation's for. That's what having proper tags with our drivers and giving proper matches to people, and just, you know, being able to have enough people on for that capacity is the biggest thing.
So are you finding in Calgary some of the similar traits as in Lethbridge, that people like the tap of the door, or are they maybe more accustomed to the way, you know, some of the competitors do it?
Yeah, so we do get a lot of you know, debit at the door. In Calgary, we got a mix of things going on right now. We're a little more focused on building some relationships with our vendors right now, taking on a couple more vendors for our marketplace. And then we can kind of really push to our consumers and the end users. So, you know, it's not necessarily always debit at the door, but that our merchants want. You know, merchants do want to hire us so that they have a company that does have access to debit machines. They necessarily don't have their own terminals a lot of places. So by them hiring a company that has access to debit terminals, that gives them another window to get to their customers. To top it off, you know, we pay them when we pick up the food, so they're getting paid instantly. Not like these big guys where they're getting paid back after, you know, minus their commission. We're going to pay them 100%. And, you know, we add the fees to the customer.
And I mean, they also have access to your system, right? You can white label it if they want and say, here, you know, use it as your own.
Yeah, exactly. So we got some pretty cool dashboards that we utilize for our vendors, so that our vendors can input one to as many deliveries as they want. You know, they can set the specific times, they can track their drivers, they have live interaction with their customers. So, you know, some people do have their own fleet already, and we understand that. But if you're looking for a solution just to organize your fleet, we can give you that. And you can always use our drivers for backup as well. So it's more than just a marketplace. It's more than just an ordering system. You know, we're creating a little community here because we really can do everything.
And I think that's I think that's understated in what you guys are doing, because there's a lot of people out there that are tired of Skip and the way things have evolved in the delivery side of things, and they want to take it back. I'm seeing more of them, like Bowtie Pizza and things along those lines, saying, you know what, we're doing this our way, because number one, we don't want to gouge our clients. We want to make sure that we have good food, and we'll take responsibility for the delivery if it shows up cold. It's not, oh, phone them and send the client on a runaround. So I really starting to see a lot of people saying, you know what, we're going to go back to the old way, and you guys have something for them now, rather than trying to panic and create something themselves.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Like, you know, these companies, they came up so fast and out of nowhere. But, you know, delivery is nothing new. Deliveries have been around forever. It's just, you know, these companies, I think I mentioned once before, they kind of bottomed out the market and they exploited the market. Not necessarily bad, but, you know, they created the industry. The world was changing. It had to be done, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's about giving them just the one solution. You know, it's the people. There's tons of people that don't want to be on Skip, and they were forced to go on Skip because they had no choice. But Skip is like poison to a lot of restaurant owners. They don't want to be on it. they might be only on it because their franchise owners, they're forcing them to be on it, or they have to, even though they're not making money on those orders. But we definitely find that we have a large amount of customers who are loyal to us and are not on Skip. And obviously, those are our best customers. You know, those are the ones doing the best sales through us because they're exclusive to us, and nobody can go on the cheap platform and, you know, pay that extra cheap delivery possibly. That hurts the customer in the end.
No, I agree. Absolutely. So, I mean, you guys are expanding into Calgary. You're starting to knock it out of the park here. You got some business in Edmonton, and you're going to be moving in there. What's next after that? What's next for you and Simply?
Well, next for me and Simply, I mean, that's still, you know, it's trying to figure that out. You know, it's where's the company going to take me? You know, I want to build the brand. About a year ago, it was either I had to make that decision. Do I want to stay in Lethbridge? You know, be a family-owned company. You know, be a delivery driver and have a decent job and this and that, or do I want to expand and try and take it to the next level? I really felt, you know, Simply Delivery, we're very unique. We have a mission. We have a system that we can open in any market, whether, you know, you're just an end user, whether you're a restaurant owner, you know, whether you have a business that's not a restaurant, if you're a dispatcher that has a delivery company, if you're a driver, I mean, there are ways that we can help you. So I think when it comes to what's next with Simply Delivery, I think that's going to depend on the market. Like, it's going to depend on who we have as a team, because really we can do it any way we want, but it's going to be finding the best relationships with the best people in those markets, I think.
And I see that. I mean, I kind of, you know, you've hired a sales rep. You're starting to get rolling. You're getting some key accounts in here. You're starting to hire a bunch of drivers. So, you know, kudos to you to coming in here, helping the economy, supporting local, trying to give people and you know, a little extra income. So, I mean, you should be commended for that. So, thank you for choosing to expand. I mean, that's awesome. I think it's another great story that's needed right now.
Yeah, you know, I think over my 5 years of market research, I've seen a lot of little companies come and go.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of guys, you know, build a website, build a tech stack, and then they just stopped. You know, I feel really fortunate to make it this far from everything we learned, actually, because not many companies in this industry have made it. I mean, even the big guys, you know, they're not making money. It's they're strictly surviving off venture capital. Yeah. They would have never got there without that, you know. Yeah. And I can say that I've gotten far, you know, all by myself. So
yeah, and you know, and again, kudos to you for bootstrapping it, learning, doing it, developing the tech, hiring people to help you with the tech, and you know, and moving forward, and that is awesome. I mean, it's not as you said, it's not a story that has a happy ending very, very often, or an expansion in the middle of the story either. So that's great. I think Simply Delivery is doing an outstanding job.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So I guess I mean, you're in the middle of it. You're you know, you've bootstrapped. You're living out of a hotel. You have your daughter. You have, I mean, there's so much going on in your life, you know, with Simply Delivery. But if you had one piece of advice for a startup, a small business, or an entrepreneur, Preston, what would that be?
So I think if I had some advice for a startup or an entrepreneur, you know, I definitely going to say, make sure you're passionate about it. Don't rush. Don't make bad decisions just because you have an idea. You know, really think about things. You know, find some mentors, find some people to talk about things with. You know, you don't need to rush and do things overnight. You know, the best plans are going to come together over time. Just keep plugging away. That's all you can really do. You know, just have faith and just kind of keep on working for that big picture plan.
No, I think that's great advice. I mean, you know, ask away, ask for help. We talk about it all the time. Get out there, network, meet people. That's how you open doors. That's how you meet the people that are probably going to help you or take your idea of business to the next level. So that's great advice.
And definitely don't be afraid to make mistakes. I made a lot of bad decisions along my journey, but you know, they helped me find the right decisions as well. So
yeah, that is exactly the right answer, right? You learn from them and move on, and that's all you can do when you make mistakes. So again, Preston, I really appreciate you coming on today, sharing your story. I know you're a busy man and your phone's probably blowing up with calls and everything. So to get this in there, I appreciate your time. So thank you so much. Thank you to Joanne and her team at Sexy AF Spirits. Check out their website. It's in the comment section, sexyafspirits.com. And again, simply.deliveries in the comment section. Check them out. If you have any questions, you know, plop them in there and away we go. So again, Preston, thank you very much for your time today. And I look forward to our next discussion.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Jade. And good luck to everybody out there. Take care.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.